fast, fatal heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now. Whenever we last left off, quite a bit of things were happening. The Etzos revealed themselves to humanity. And since that has happened, quite a lot of things have happened since then. Now, we're going to be skipping over quite a lot of the boring stuff, and get into parts of the story that will actually matter, or at least be more interesting than a bunch of boring back and forth between negotiations between the Etzos and humans. Now, we do currently have Deku. It has been a year and a half since he's met Amelia, and about almost 10 months since the Etzos revealed themselves to humans. Now, in this amount of time, Deku, yeah. The Etzos were viewed in a weird way. At first, humans were skeptical. They were, of course, intrigued by their technology and information. And then humans, they did have to start negotiations. Now, humans they found to be kind of strange. However, after some time, Etzos were eventually able to come to Earth and have residence there. Now, a lot of people were very skeptical about exactly how things would work with aliens on the planet. And thanks to this, there was actually an experiment set up. Etzos and humans will be in the same housing, and they'll be in a contained city on, well, the Earth's moon. Now, the city's not that large. However, there is this one thing about it. Humans, yeah. Well, some of them are here. There are quite a bit of Etzos here. And it's supposed to be a way to monitor, or at least see in a contained environment, how humans and Etzos would react to one another. Now, with that being said, we do currently have Deku, who he does wake up today, and, well, he is not really too intrigued by what to do. And all these days he's just been bored. He was a police detective, and he's lost his job, obviously. And he hasn't really been seen as favorable to humanity since they've learned he's a freak. Now, Deku, yeah. He does go to work out for the day, head back to his quarters, and then he does shower and get dressed, as he tried to work out his powers, and he actually is currently having breakfast with Amelia and a few other people. Now, a lot of people, they're sitting down. A number of them, they're mostly Etzos, and the other half is all humanity, or humans who are on the base. Some of them, they're quite intrigued to talk to the Etzos, and others, they're actually kind of intrigued to talk to humanity. And a lot of people, they're actually very surprised to learn that Amelia, she's apparently a princess, at least in their society. As we would know it, it would be a princess, but to them, it's almost different in a way. It seems odd. Now, people, they were trying to talk to Amelia. And while Amelia was actually trying to answer some of their questions, even go back and forth with this and this and this, there was the fact that even some of the people who are here, which would be her guards, they actually were there to step in case anything went too far. And they've had to step in on occasion before. Now, we do actually have our Deku, he does get to stand up after eating. And he does talk about how he's going to be taking a look around. And maybe he'll actually participate in one of the activities they do have later on in the day. Since, for right now, he does want to read up on a few things that he's been slacking off on. Now, he will go to leave, and Amelia should actually somewhat stare at that. Some people they do notice that she does linger on it for a minute or two, but it does make sense. He's the only human she's known for more than a few months, and she's comfortable around him. At least that's what they do understand. We do currently have Deku. He's walking around with his hands in the pockets of his suit, and he is trying to think. Humans and Etzos are actually doing fairly better than he thought. Yes, there have been some incidents and even some scares here and there, but for right now, they're okay. Amelia, she's actually fine too. Hell. The thing is, though, they spent a few months apart, and now they're back together. They haven't had a proper chance to be alone. And he means actually alone. There are monitors and just setups everywhere. There are places where people are always listening. And Deku, he really doesn't like that. The only place they really get privacy is in their personal quarters. And even then, they do have to keep logs and talk about exactly how things are with the Etzos, and even some experiences they've had for the day. Hell, people monitor those logs too. So, this is at least a good alternative than being locked up in a prison somewhere. However, he does still have that thing weighing down his own mind. Now, Deku, he does think about it though. He is a freak. He has these meta powers, as some people have referred to them. However, people, they do still view him as somewhat dangerous. The Etzos allow him here because he's a friend of their species. The humans are skeptical about him being on the station, however, because they don't know exactly what he will do. And that is somewhat of a concern. The aliens trust him more than his own species, and that says quite a few things about humanity. And the Etzos, yeah, they've been doing okay. Their population, it's actually doing quite fine. Getting accustomed to Earth's gravity, however, was a bit tricky, but they were able to manage. Now, we do actually have where Deku, he does sit down in an area where he is able to relax, as he does sit in the middle of an organically grown, or at least an artificially grown field. And he's staring up. This place is supposed to be a park, and it's at least supposed to remind them of nature. And, well, he's currently sitting against a tree. It's strange. This is supposed to help with at least the atmosphere or the environment of Earth. And from what he does understand, they do have similar projects on Mars. They wish to put human fauna and plants there, and eventually help to terraform the environment a bit more. Yes, the soil and things like that are hard to upkeep, and do require multiple challenges to make actually fertile for foreign bacteria, like that on Earth. However, through much time and effort, it's been made possible. This tree's been here for some time. Yes, they've taken it from somewhere else, but it has been here for quite a bit of months. And Deku, he does think about it. He's trying to wonder about what to do. He's trying to wonder about how to go about things. He wants him and Amelia to have a bit of a private moment, some time to chat and be alone together. However, they haven't gotten that in a long time. Hell, every word they say to each other is recorded. And even then, whenever they are having chats telepathically, people, they do want to know what they're saying. And trying to avoid sensitive subjects like that, it's a bit challenging. There could be ways they react, and ways they do at least lash out if something is said incorrectly or wrong. So they've been holding off on personal conversations. And you know actually where Amelia, she does come walking over and asks Deku if he's alright. Deku looking up from the holographic monitor that he does currently have sitting on his lap. Him pressing a button as it does go to at least close the tab or the hologram in front of his face. I'm fine. Are you? Yeah, I am. What is it, Amelia? That's nothing. I was just checking in. Some people, they were curious about you. I know. They're curious to know the story. I've told it 1,000 times. I was wondering how you were doing. I know that this is all new to you, and, well, you don't really like being out here anymore. No, no, Amelia, it's not that. Being out in space isn't the problem. It's pretending like this place is my home now. Going through training to help upkeep certain things, going through training to understand how keep the gravity generators running, and learning some mechanics. I'm good with a gun. I'm good with fighting. I'm good with violence. I'm not good with skills like this. Hell, I'm fucking reading through a mechanics manual right now to pass time. I'm driving myself crazy because it's either I do that or I try and use my powers to lift weights. And while that is good for me to train my powers, I'm still, you know. I see. Yeah, my powers have been feeling weird. I don't know if it's because I'm just using them more or I'm being more open with them, but I'm feeling I'm feeling strange with them. Are you? Yeah. I'm I've got a good handle on them for now. But I don't believe that we should be in any danger as long as I don't use them very often. At least if I don't use them to grab something or mess with them in a way I'm not supposed to. Hmm. All right. Her sitting across from Deku. Asha sit down on the grass. Ask him if he is doing better with, well, his situation. Hmm? Well, some of the crew, they want to fight me. Some want to kill me. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to say it to me. Hell, some of them walk around with those metal helmets just because they're concerned about the aliens. Or, shit, sorry. They're concerned about the Etzos reading their minds. And they're concerned about me. I don't want to make your species look bad because of my powers, if that makes sense. No, it's quite understandable. I have talked with many people, and while they don't hold grudges that way, they are still at least providing their own reports. Hell, my father, he was currently in negotiations for land. And, well, an island-like nation would be something that my species would be okay with. We do not like the idea of having a home separated from your species. Makes sense. Yes, much of my people are spread out. America, France, Canada, and this place you call Australia, Japan, and many others. I'm surprised at how they are adapting. Information's been, well, various and varied. I don't know. Yeah, that's because no one place is the same. It's, I don't even know how to explain it to you. No place shares the same type of people. No place has the same things. No place has the same types of, well, fauna. I'm surprised that I never told you about France, though. It's a place a lot of people they look towards. Really? Yeah. France is a place that a lot of people consider to be a very, very pretty city. And even the Eiffel Tower. It's a spot for many things. Hell, there's a lot more things out there. What is it? There's even some attractions around the world that people they don't understand. Is that so? Yeah. Anyways, but how have things been with the Etzos? Well, some humans still do not like the way that we've come here. Some humans do not like that the Etzos are on Earth. And it is understandably concerning to our species. We have nowhere else to go. And right now, people, they're talking. Many they find to be very difficult. The fact is, my people, we read minds. We communicate that way. We have no need for a human type of voice. And even then, our language is strange to your people. Yeah, I know. My people, we're paranoid though. We're skeptical. We haven't gotten that out of our evolution. Danger, fear, things that could kill us. We we still have that. We have fear. We have many emotions I don't think Etsos can understand. And Etsos have many emotions we may not be able to understand. But even then, we're a fucking modern day Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. What does this analogy mean? I've never heard of these two. The analogy may not be 100% correct, but we don't treat each other like we're different. Amelia, you treat me like you treat any other Etso of royal status. I treat you like a person. You and me, we're not different. Hell, you're not human. I'm not an Etso, but that doesn't matter. We're still friends. We're still who we are. I mean, we can't have spent all that time together and still hated each other. That's what I'm getting at. People, they find reasons to hate. Same reason why they find things to love. They can't control sometimes. Sometimes they can. But even then, it's either fueled by paranoia or fueled by something else. I'm I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correctly. But Amelia, Etsos will be skeptical of humans, and humans will be skeptical of Etsos. That's why things are the way they are. With time, that may inevitably fade. Same way that my people were skeptical of freaks. Hell, everyone in the crew, they're still paranoid of me. Etsos are people who I can talk with, actually. The only member of the crew I can really talk with is our engineer. And even then, that's because I help him on a regular basis. Fuck. I feel like I need a drink. Now, Amelia should look at Deku. As she has expressed to Deku that he needs to talk to her later. And they need to have a discussion. Now, Deku, he's confused. As he telepathically respond to Amelia that he's not too sure if that'd be possible. Even then, if he is to, well, meet with her, or are they going to be doing it in public or in private? In private. I wish for you to come to my personal quarters. Talk to me. And, well, we can have a discussion that has been needed to happen for a while. Now, take it to stare at Amelia. Her face is turning a bit purple. And he's surprised? Why is she doing that? Shit. Okay. It's one of those discussions then. Well, alright. If that's all you have to say, Amelia, then alright. I'll see you later. Now, Amelia should go to leave. We do have Deku. He does go back to reading the manual he was reading. And after about a few hours, he does participate in some of the events that humans and Etsos, they've been at least asked to participate in. While it isn't required, it's encouraged. And after that does go on, we do have where it's later on into the day. 4 of them at least. And Deku, he is walking down the hall. As we do have where he does get to a door, turn and go to knock onto it. Amelia, she's going to answer the door and ask Deku if he's alright. I am. You wanted to have a discussion? Yes, I did. Deku walked into the room. The moment the door does close, Amelia just asks Deku if he's okay, or if he is being monitored. Hmm? No, I'm fine. Good. Her welcome to Deku. Ash is gonna grab him and pull him into a kiss. And Deku, he does just hold on to her. It seems, well, like it's been a million years. And he does at least kiss Amelia back. As after the two pull away, Amelia is gonna put her forehead to his. And gonna say in English, or at least in a voice that can understand, out loud, that she has missed seeing him. And she has missed the time they spent together. Amelia, I have to. It's been forever. It's felt like ages. It has. It really has. I'm, well, concerned now. Why? Because I'm worried our people, I don't want to talk about this, actually. I'm tired of all of it. People, both sides, they're so. Never mind. I get it. Amelia, you don't have to discuss it. Deku brings his hand to her face. Ash is going to move her face to his hand, talking about how it just doesn't make sense. People, they're so. Well, you know. I do. Amelia, trust me. I've seen enough as a delinquent and enough as a cop. And enough, even more, than as a detective. Doesn't make it any better, doesn't make it any worse. We can try to change things, but we can't. Now, Deku and Amelia, they do talk, and even express about how things they've been strange. Amelia should talk about how things with her father and the human government have been going. And Deku, he does hear about these delicate matters. As Amelia also is going to discuss a few more things with Deku. And the two, they're both currently sitting down on the bed. Amelia talking about how it just does not make sense. Yeah. Well, that just happens. Where our species, we're going to be caught in a war. Yeah. We've been trying to avoid it. We've been trying our best not to get involved. We didn't pick a side, and that led to our species' destruction. Our planet's destruction. And humanity, they're next. Amelia, I don't think so. I do. I'm concerned. If your planet's destroyed, your species might blame us. You might try to hold us accountable. Hold us as, well, something to give up. We have no guarantee that your species will side with our species if those people come here. I want to say we do actually have a guarantee that we'd side with you. What do you mean? Remember what that alien said. They said that humanity were better suited for them to take over. In fact, if they come here, more than likely they'll ignore your species. They'll come after us, the humans. Right now, I don't know too much about it, but scientists, they're trying to create things to stop possession. As fucking ridiculous as that sounds, right now it's all they got. And, well, I don't know. Deku going to look towards Amelia, talking about how it does seem like things, they're still pretty rocky. They thought that they were over it on the last couple months. However, humans and Etzos, they can agree on this threat. And right now, he's pretty sure that's the only thing keeping their species from tearing each other apart. It's a very fucked up way of looking at it. I know. I know, Amelia. I was curious. Hmm? Curious about what? Curious of a few things, actually. I've been doing some research and I believe that I've discovered something. Hmm? Discovered something? Yes, I've discovered something. Oh, um, what would that be? Well, it's hard to say, but I wish to express it in a way. Express it? Yes, I'm well aware as to our connection. I know we've been apart for a while, and I'm aware as to what our relationship is like. So, I wish to take a step. What? What? I wish to know more, deepen our bond. Now, Amelia just turned to Deku. As just continue on, and Deku is kind of surprised. Deepen their bond? What does she mean by that? Now, Amelia's just going to bring up her hand, and Deku doesn't want to flinch at that. Amelia talking about how this process will not be painful. And, in fact, it is a thing her species they do. Now, Deku does look at Amelia. Ash just talk about how she doesn't understand how his species do things. However, they are going to do things her way first. And if he does find it to be, well, irritating or annoying, please let her know. The process mentally will be difficult at first. However, overall it should show that they are alright. Now, Amelia does bring her hand up to Deku's face, and she actually is going to bring Deku's hand up to her own, as she does talk about how they are going to need to focus. Afterwards, they are going to find themselves in a different place. And right now, Deku he does try to listen to Amelia. While he is concerned about what this might be doing, he is also intrigued. The way her species does things is still very undocumented to humans. And well, maybe this can give a better understanding. Let them know more about the Etzos. Now, Deku, that's in the back of his mind. At the forefront, he's wondering what exactly this does mean. As Amelia and him, they do focus. And both of them, they're currently standing in a field. Deku is quite surprised. Him and Amelia, they're both standing there in the field, 10 feet apart. In front of him, there's green grass, and it's long and unkempt. And to Amelia, there's a similar looking substance. She's standing there smiling. And Deku, he does get a walk towards her. Him making his way 5 feet in front of him. The edge of the grass as Amelia just go walking 5 feet in front of Deku. Her getting right up in front of him. As she does talk about how this place here, it represents both of their minds. And the mental connection both of them, they do share. This is so weird. I'm not sure how, where you feel that, right? Yes, that is the wind. How? It is a recreation from our memories. What I have felt and what you have felt. This place is a place both of us can come into our mind. And this process we're about to undergo. It will allow both of us to visit one another. No matter where we are, as long as we focus on this place, we will create a connection. This place is a place private to only us two. As long as we don't create this connection with anyone else, we have our own private sanctuary. Deku bring up his hand, as he's going to bring it towards Amelia. And she actually bring up her own hand, as both of them do go to reach out. Deku and Amelia do pull each other in, and things they do seem kind of weird. Deku and Amelia they do start to kiss, and it feels strange. This psychic connection, the feeling they're getting, it feels real, and it's odd to them. And things they do continue. However, they do advance into a way neither one of them did expect. And I do believe that is a good point to leave off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.